Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Games and Things. If you're going to have a home, shouldn't you make it a fun home? At Games and Things, they have the card tables for you. They have the dart boards, stand-up classic arcade games, all the big table games too, billiards, ping pong, air hockey, foosball, shuffleboard, you name it, they've got it. Games and Things, because life should be fun. OurGameRoom.com to learn more or visit them at the corner of Kingston Pike and Lovell Road. All right. Let's take a look at Tennessee's updated basketball roster. The guys in white are the guys who are returning. The guys in orange are the newcomers, and we've got Toby Akawa down there as a possible newcomer if he reclassifies. I didn't take the asterisks off. It was going to be an asterisk, then I decided to go orange, so now there's just an asterisk there too. And then the guys at the bottom in blue, those are all the folks who departed this year. I show you this because, and we'll leave it up there, CBS Sports put out their poll, this preseason poll this week. They've got Tennessee all the way up to number 9 in the country. And the reason was they pointed out the fact that the Vols have 4 of their top 5 scorers returning. Okay, it's who they got coming back. The Athletic put out a new poll. They've got Tennessee ranked 19th, not 9th, 19th. And they focused on all the guys who left. That's the reason they've got them 19th. So my question for you guys, in your opinion, is Tennessee closer to a top 10 team because of the key guys who returned? Or is Tennessee closer to a top 20 team because of the key guys who left? Glass half full, glass half empty. Where are you going, Josh Ward?
Well, Chuck, if I put them 14th, is that close to both?
No, we can't. We'll have no Cavaliers.
Okay. I would say closer to 19th right now because Kennedy Chandler is a really good player to have to replace at guard. Now you have Ziegler coming back and Key coming in, I think is an important player because you need scoring at that spot. But I would say 19th with a really good chance to become a top 10 team. But I would start out Tennessee as a top 20 team with the chance to grow depending on player development and instant impact from somebody like Julian Phillips who's really talented.
I would go closer to 19, but maybe for a slightly different reason. I think Tennessee's going to be fine at guard. I really like B.J. Edwards. I think Ziegler's going to be a year better. I didn't think Tennessee addressed its inside needs. I don't think they have a rim protector. I'm not convinced that Olivier Comwa is going to be a consistent inside scorer. I don't see a big rebounder. I think that that's where they're a little bit deficient. So I'm a little bit closer to 19 than I am 9 just because I don't think Tennessee inside is productive as it needs to be.
Yeah, I think you're TB determined for that, closer to the top 15, top 10. I think anywhere from 15 to 20 is about right.
That's not the question. No, are they closer to
19? They're closer to 19 right now, but room to improve.
All right. All right, we move through that segment very quickly. I will say this, though. The Tyreek Key thing, I've had a lot of people talking about, Tyreek Key's going to be great. He's going to do this and that. He may be. I hope he is. I want to cover wins here. But I'm always going to be leery of that kind of talk because Victor Bailey was supposed to be
best kept secret, wasn't he?
Oh, end all be all. When you see what we get with Victor Bailey, and nothing against Bailey, he was solid, but he was not what he was cracked up to be. And he came in from Oregon. This kid's coming in from Indiana State. That may be harder to translate from that level of basketball as even the Pac-12 to the SEC. So the Tyreek Key thing is a good addition, but I'm a little hesitant to say this is a guaranteed win here with him coming in. We don't know.
I do think Phillips is the most important addition.
I do too.
Because
and I
his upside, what he can do on both ends.
I agree. And I wouldn't overlook B.J. Edwards. I like him a lot. I think he's a good player.
I just think it's going to be very difficult for anybody to live up to what Kennedy Chandler did, especially as the year went on.
Yeah, second half of the season.
But, I mean, not to take anything away from B.J. Edwards.
Yeah, I don't mean that he's going to be as good as Chandler, but I think he's going to be an important part of this team. I think he's a great competitor.
You've got some athletic guards coming in, don't you? I mean, you're going to be able to put a 4-guard lineup out there that can run the floor and shoot the ball. And I think that's what I would be excited about right now.
Well, speaking of Chandler, the latest mock draft I saw had him number 29, bottom of the first round going to the Memphis Grizzlies. It's guaranteed money. It's multi-year money versus 1 year of NIL coming back. But you do wonder if UT could have met him with an NIL, if Spire Sports could have met him with an NIL deal that would have been equal to what he's going to make first year. But again, you don't get the guarantee, you don't get the multi-year contract. But anyway, bottom of the first round. So there were people thinking he might have played himself into a lottery position. Doesn't look that way.
Well, his combine numbers were so good that people thought that might
Leaping,
jump.
yeah.
Yes, but apparently that hasn't happened.
Yeah, I think we'll see stories of that at Tennessee and elsewhere. But I think you need a guy that's at least thinking, hey, maybe I'd like to come back. I don't think Kennedy ever thought I'd like to come back. I think he really liked Tennessee, but always planned to go to the NBA.
And of the top 60 players in the draft, he's the shortest player, like 6 foot. So he could conceivably fall out of the first round.
I saw an interesting, you've probably seen this too, I saw an interesting stat where there's only like 5 guards in the entire league who are shorter than he is. So
yes,
that is
it's
a
a
serious
factor.
hindrance. Okay. Jimmy, Josh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You kind of like this 60-minute show again, don't you? The whole time thing. Get out of here. Appreciate you being here. I don't know if you're on the schedule for next week. I'm guessing you are, so I'll see you then or sometime. When we come back, did you see the images of what they're doing at Neyland Stadium? Did you see the images of what's projected for Lindsey Nelson Stadium? We'll show you those next, and we'll react to them next on the Sports Source. Come on back.